Welcome to this .NET MAUI Scheduler tutorial. In this video, I'll show you how to create a heat map chart using the Syncfusion .NET MAUI Scheduler control. I'll demonstrate how to add text color based on the light and dark backgrounds with the specified colors. I open an existing MAUI application. Here, I've already configured the .NET MAUI Scheduler control and hidden the dates of the previous and next months. To learn how to add the .NET MAUI Scheduler control to your MAUI application, watch the video linked to the YouTube card above or in the description below. Now I run the application. The scheduler is displayed, showing the month and dates. Next, I will show you how to display various weather conditions with different background colors for each day in the month view. First, I navigate to the main page CS file. Here, I create a class called Weather Details. Then, define properties to store the dates and type of weather. Next, create a ViewModel class and define a constructor. To manage different weather patterns depending on the day of the month, I create a method, getClimaticCondition, and call it in the constructor. Within this method, I create a condition to check for days that are divisible by 6, and return the corresponding weather pattern. Similarly, I create conditions for other climatic patterns. To assign a color for each day, I create the DateToColorConverter class, which implements the iValueConverter to define how colors are assigned for different weather types. Now let's move on to the convert method. Within this method, you can check if the value is a valid date by casting it to datetime. Then I check if the day is divisible by 6. If it is, I return a color representing a cool and windy day. Likewise, I assign a color for the rest of the weather patterns. If the date chosen doesn't fall into any of these categories, I set a neutral light gray color. In this specific scenario, there is no need to reverse the conversion, so I return null in the convertBack method. Next, I navigate to the main page XAML and define a grid layout with resources. Within the resources, include the DateToColorConverter class. Then I will set the cell border brush property to transparent. Now let me customize the appearance of each day of the month. Within the scheduler month view, I define a cell template along with a data template. Inside each calendar cell, place another grid with margin. The background color of this grid is dynamically bound to datetime using the DateToColorConverter resource, which means the color will change depending on the specific day of the month. Next, I define the label control that displays the day of the month. This label will be centered both horizontally and vertically within the grid. Once done, I run the application. As you can see, the background color has been successfully applied to the scheduler, reflecting the weather conditions for each day. Next, I'll create another converter to make the text readable in the scheduler and light and dark backgrounds. So I define a class background-to-text-color-converter, which implements iValueConverter interface. The convert method will determine the color of the text. Within this method, first I cast the value to a solid color brush. This value is the background color, which calculates the most readable text color. Then I'll check the color's brightness using the getLuminosity method. Further, I compare the brightness level to 0.7, which serves as a good cutoff point to determine whether the color is more on the bright side or the dark side. If the luminosity is greater than 0.7, the background is bright. So I return black for the text, otherwise return white. There is no need to reverse the conversion, so I return null in the convertBack method. Now I move to the main page XAML. Within the resources, I add the background-to-text-color-converter class. Next, in the label control, the text color is bound to the background of the cell and passed through the background-to-text-color-converter, ensuring that the text appears black for light backgrounds and white for dark backgrounds. Once done, you will notice that the text color adjusts based on the background. White color is used for the font on dark backgrounds, while black is used on light backgrounds. Finally, I'll show you how to display the heat map for different weather conditions using the specified colors. I begin by dividing the grid into 2 rows. The first row occupies 80% of the available height, while the second row takes up 20%. In the first row, I've placed the scheduler, and in the second row, I'll create another grid with 3 columns. In the middle column, I add a nested grid that is divided into 3 rows. Next, I add 2 labels in the first row of the nested grid. The first label displays cloudy and is vertically aligned at the bottom of the row, while the second label shows sunny and is aligned horizontally to the right and vertically to the bottom. In the second row, let me add a round rectangle with a fill and set the value for corner radius. Within the fill, I define a linear gradient brush and specify the value for the endpoint. Then I define gradient stop, which specifies a color, and an offset that controls where the color appears along the gradient. When the application is loaded, you can see the heat map with a range of colors representing different weather conditions. Let's wrap up this video. You learned how to design a heat map chart using the Syncfusion .NET MAUI Scheduler control. You also learned how to add text color based on the light and dark backgrounds with the specified colors. If you want to see this example's working code, download it from the GitHub link in the description below. I have also included a link to check if you qualify for our community license, which gives you a free license key for our entire .NET MAUI controls. If you found this video helpful, click the like button and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.